Following Darth Vader's discovery of Luke Skywalker being his son, the Sith Lord began to scheme against his master to replace him as ruler of the Galactic Empire. Shortly after the events of The Empire Strikes Back, Vader decided to directly attack Palpatine, believing he was powerful enough to finally overcome his master. Instead, Vader was not only defeated, but humiliated by Sidious, who showed him power so great that it instilled loyalty back into his apprentice. Believing his leash on Vader was stronger than ever before, Palpatine brought his severely damaged enforcer back to the medical facility on Coruscant to have his suit repaired so he could continue to serve him like always. Although Palpatine was unconcerned of Vader ever going against him again following their brief confrontation, not all within his inner circle shared his confidence. Sly Moore specifically felt Vader was more of a danger to the Empire than an asset, but her words fell on deaf ears when brought to the Emperor. Deciding to take matters into her own hands, Moore secretly hired the bounty hunter IG-88 to assassinate Darth Vader. To give the droid a fighting chance, she downloaded the private access codes of the Sith Lord's suit and transferred them over to IG-88. Once the droid bounty hunter confronted Vader, he opened with a barrage of blaster fire, to which the Sith Lord swiftly deflected and then disarmed his attacker. But before Vader could land his killing blow, IG-88 activated his control panel, giving him full command over the cyborg's suit. Caught off guard, Vader was forced to move his own lightsaber blade towards his own throat. Yet right before he decapitated himself, he used the Force to snatch the control panel away from IG-88, and return the favor by forcing the droid to turn his own blaster against his head and open fire. Despite this, IG-88 was able to repair himself and quickly returned to Sly Moore's residence on Coruscant to bring news of his failure. Unknown to him, Vader followed him and destroyed the droid once again before confronting the woman behind his failed assassination. Moore attempted to fight the Sith Lord with her assembled clique, but they all fell to Vader's blade one by one. With just her remaining, Moore tried to take control of the Dark Lord's mind with her own Force abilities, but was overwhelmed by his power and forced to submit. Realizing she had no chance of killing him, Moore offered Vader the very thing he sought most, Luke Skywalker. With exception to Palpatine, Luke was the only other person she believed could kill Vader, so bringing them together served her interest as well. Understanding Moore's usefulness, Vader accepted her offer and spared her life in exchange for her aid in locating his son. On the other hand, IG-88's remains were discarded over a junk world. Later, an engineer found the droid and rebuilt him, with the reactivated bounty hunter killing his savior immediately afterwards. IG-88's confrontation with Vader essentially traumatized the droid, as from a logical standpoint, he had every advantage in the fight that should have guaranteed his victory. However, the Force that the Sith Lord used to overcome him went against everything the droid was programmed to understand, making him realize that no matter how carefully planned and technologically advanced he made himself, that the mystical power which only organics could draw upon would always be beyond his control. Nonetheless, IG-88 continued his career as a bounty hunter, but this time likely avoided any contracts that dealt with Force sensitives.